Hello, everyone, and welcome to this live stream. We're going to get started in just a minute. All right, it's now 10 a.m. We'll get started with the stream. Today, we're going to talk about how you can help if you're a technologist, if you have some computers lying around at home. We're going to talk about how you can take the fight directly to the coronavirus and other diseases. There's ways, even if you're at home and you're thinking, well, there's nothing I can really do right now, there are ways that you can help contribute against the current pandemic we're facing. And today we're going to talk about an organization called Folding at Home. Now, what is folding? Well, from a scientific term, it's a study of how proteins fold in cells. And to break it down, it's basically allows scientists to study how these proteins work and then come up with innovative ways to create new medicines that can battle against diseases. Now, Folding at Home has been around for a while, and what it does is it uses idle computer time on different people's computers to help with research and simulations on different kinds of protein folding, hence the name. And this is valuable right now because every researcher in the medical community is trying extremely hard to develop vaccines, antivirals, and other medications that can help fight the coronavirus, but also for other diseases too. Now, one thing I want to mention about this software is you can go to foldingathome.org to find out all the information on this service, and you can download their software right here. Now, the one thing I will caveat this with is whenever you're downloading someone else's software, especially software that's going to be using your CPU cycles or your graphics card in your computer, there is some danger here. If you have the settings turned up too high, it could make your computer overheat. It could cause electrical damage. It will run up your electricity bill probably a little bit. And those are just some things to consider. But if you have extra computers at home and you want to get involved in the fight right now, this is the way to do it. Now we're going to look at what this looks like. If we take a look at what it looks like when you're running this software, we'll zoom in a little bit so it's easier to see. You can see right now my computer has 6 different CPUs, which they start at 0 because it's the way math is in computers. And it's using my last CPU right now, and it is currently doing some analysis, and you can see it's currently 16% done. Now I have this running while I'm live streaming and running all the other software. I'm able to run it and make sure it uses a low amount of power, so that way it's helping the researchers, but I can still do my daily work. So you can run this and on a computer you have and still do your work. If you have a business computer, I do recommend running this on personal computers. You don't want to be installing any software necessarily on your business computers unless your business has endorsed this software and this organization. But it's just really helpful and interesting what they do. And you can see here it does a little visualization of the proteins, and it will tell you if you go here that this is a simulation of the protein structure. Now, again, I'm not a medical professional. I'm sure there's coloration and a meaning to the different colors and what's going on right here, but I couldn't tell you what that is. But I do know that this is helping researchers and it's helping them fight different diseases. Now, another thing you can do for your research when you have this set up, right now it's supporting and fighting any disease. You can do a drop down menu here, and if you're targeting specific diseases such as cancer, Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's, you can target specifically to those. If you're specifically looking at the coronavirus, you want to do any disease, and there's an article here about how that they released about 4 days ago about how they're currently using people that are folding at home to fight the coronavirus. I think every bit of CPU power would probably help. If you can run this on a Raspberry Pi successfully, I think you should try it. And that's a great point. There's a lot of people have low-end computers, but I think every little bit of computing power could help, especially since it's a percentage thing in this case. So if we go back and look, right now with my computer, I'm at 17.82%, and that's just one CPU running for, the last couple minutes here. If you're taking hundreds or thousands of people start contributing to this, I think it should help the researchers quite a bit in what they're trying to discover. And every little bit helps right now. Now, for those of us who want to get more into the weeds, who might be a little more technical on the end, you can go into the advanced settings of this, and you can see the full progress bar. You can see the project number, the estimated time to completion. Right now, mine is 3 hours and 19 minutes for this specific project it's running. You can see what it's doing for your graphics card, your GPU. You can see what local port it's running on and all kinds of information there. For anyone that wants to take a look at this and dive into it more detail, I recommend downloading it, checking it out. Again, make sure you have permission, and just be aware whenever you're downloading software that is made by someone else, you want to be wary of it. They do this, a lot of the software pieces of it are open source, not all of it is open source, and they do take care to look for security vulnerabilities. If you find a security vulnerability in the software, for all my hackers and security researchers out there, I'd recommend letting the organization know that there's a security vulnerability. So if you find anything, please let them know so no bad guys are taking advantage of that. Any gaming rigs would probably do really well for this, for some of the chat I see going on. Oh, I did not know PS3 and PS4 have folding at home built in. That's fantastic. Hi, Eric. All right, and that's what I had to share today, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you're interested, you want to take the fight directly to the coronavirus. If it's impacted your life and you're as angry as the rest of us are, this is one way we can contribute at home. All right, everyone, have a brilliant Thursday.